Hello all and welcome to All Red. Well, it is time for Start, Bench, Sell. Now, here in America, we usually call it Start, Cut, Trade, or Start, Bench, Cut, I guess it would be. But we are doing Start, Bench, Sell because you sell players, you don't cut them in football. So, Start, Bench, Sell. You'll see the screen here. We've got everything queued up, and I've got to start with the starting lineup. And I fully think that this is going to be very controversial. So please don't hesitate to put your opinions in the comments section. So let's get started here on the starting lineup. The starting sheet for Liverpool. Here is what we're going to do. No surprises here with Alisson Becker. He's the best in the world, of course. Of course he's going to start in goal for Liverpool. And then it's, of course, our captain, Virgil van Dijk, coming in at the left center back. I'm going to put this guy in, Jarell Quansah. Jarell Quansah is my starting center back alongside Captain Verge. I'm not giving up on Konate by any means, but I would like to see Jarell Quansah grab this starting position this next season, and I think he's capable of it. We saw glimmers of brilliance at the end of last season. He was scoring goals like it was candy. All right, left back. It's Andy Robertson. I still think this is his position to lose. He had a great Euro, even though Scotland didn't make it through the group stage. He still was the best player on that team and is a great player. He's getting older, but he's still got it, man. He's still in his prime, I think. Right back. I don't think this should be a surprise to anybody. Trent Alexander-Arnold needs to be our starting right back. I get it. There's an argument to be made there. Does he go into the midfield? Well, here's what I would do. And I'm not Arne Slot, but here's what I would do with Trent. Start him at right back. About 70th minute, move him into the midfield. Klopp tried to do that a couple times last season, and it worked really well. And then I think he stopped. Well, Trent got injured, so but we didn't really see that after that. So I think that'd be an awesome game plan. It gives the opposition a totally different look when you bring in Connor Bradley at the 70th minute mark, move Trent into midfield, and now your attack looks completely different than it did all game. So anyways, that's what I would do with Trent Alexander-Arnold at my right back. Okay. Now we're going to get into the midfield. I'm going to put Alexis McAllister in here as one of the double pivot defensive midfielders. I don't know if that's the right term here for McAllister, but I'm putting him in here. He's got to start. And I think this is probably the perfect position for him because this guy, Stefan Bajcetic, is my other starting defensive midfielder. And I think this guy right here could be a dark horse player of the year candidate for Liverpool because this was our big gap last season. Endo did a good job, but we didn't have a world-class defensive midfielder, and I think Stefan Bajcetic can be that if he stays healthy. Now, what this allows Alexis McAllister to do is it allows him to get further up the pitch because now you have a very strong defensive midfielder covering for you should the opposition counterattack. So that's what I would do with our defensive midfielders. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting, okay? This is where it gets really, really interesting because there's going to be some selections in here that some of you are not going to like. And, that's just too bad. But we got to do it. I'm going to move these guys up the pitch a little bit because we need some space here. Give us some space, guys. Give us some space. Okay, now we've got a little bit more breathing room here. I'm going to move Alisson out a little bit. Come out of your box, bro. All right, there we go. Now, as my attacking midfielder, I'm going Harvey Elliott. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Yes, I am serious on this one. Harvey Elliott, I think, has proven that I think it's time that he starts for Liverpool. I think, what is he? Is he 18 yet? No, I'm kidding. I think he's like 21 or 22 still. So still like super young, which is just crazy. But this guy showed glimpses of brilliance last season. and he did it pretty consistently. So I'm putting Harvey Elliott in as kind of my number 10 here, as my kind of attacking maestro. And then here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to go striker first because my wings are crazy. Darwin Núñez is my starting striker for Liverpool. That's right. I said it. Fight me. Come on, let's go. Fight me. Darwin Núñez is my starting striker. He is going to explode this next season under Arne Slot. I cannot wait to see it. It's going to be magical. Here's where it gets a little nuts. Well, I keep saying that, and it's going to get even nutser. Cody Gakpo, my starting left winger. Cody Gakpo is growing into his own, and I think left wing is actually his natural position. He is not an out-and-out striker. He's not a number 9. Get this guy on the left side of the attack and watch the magic happen. Now, here we go. You guys ready for this? On the right side of our attack, it's Dominic Szoboszlai. So by now you can probably guess what is going to happen in some of these other spaces over here in the yellow bench and the red cell. So that's my starting lineup. Now, keep in mind, this does not take into account any players bought in this transfer window, okay? I am not taking any of those into account. This is simply the players Liverpool currently owns. So there is certainly room for a player or 2 or 3 who get bought by Liverpool to certainly slot into this starting 11. But even so, I think this is a very, very strong starting lineup that I think would do really, really well should they gel. So that's my starting 11. Let's get into the bench, okay? Now, I'm going to start with the goalkeeper here. I'm going to bench Jaros. He is a youngster who I think could be probably a good third option. I'm expecting him to be. I think I'm going to expect him to stick around. So I'm going to put him on the bench list as our third option with Adrian moving on. Okay, let's get into some defenders. I am going to bench. Oh, where'd he go? Come here, man. There you are, Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez is going to be on my bench. No hate to Joe Gomez, but I'd like to keep him. I'd like him to stick around. I'm also going to do the same with Kostas Tsimikas. I think this guy is a great backup left back who doesn't need to be sold. We don't need to sell him. Now, I could see him sold if we brought in another left back like Ait Nuri from Wolves, but for now, I'm keeping Tsimikas. He's a great backup left back. All right, like I said earlier, I'm keeping Ibrahim Konate. I think this guy is a great defender. I think he could still potentially claim that starting spot like he did for the majority of last season. I just need to see more consistency from him. But I think, regardless, we got to keep Konate. He's a great defender. And then, of course, we are definitely keeping Connor Bradley because he is a stud and he is going to claim that starting right back position at some point in the future. Let's go defensive midfielders here. I see no reason to sell Wataru Endo. And you know what? I don't see a reason to sell this guy either, Curtis Jones. A lot of people are saying this guy doesn't fit in. Let's sell Curtis Jones. Now, I don't see that happening. Number 1, he's English. Number 2, he's come up through the ranks. He knows Liverpool through and through. And number 3, he's a great player. He was our best player for a stretch last season prior to his injury. And he was crucial. He was crucial in our midfield during that time. I don't want to see him go. I think he's a great player, and I can see him slotting into this attacking midfield position as well. There are several players that could fit there, and I think Curtis Jones is one of those. Who knows? Maybe Arne Slot turns Curtis Jones into a world-class defensive midfielder. That could happen. You just never know. All right, Ryan Gravenberch is coming in as well. he's going to be on my bench as an option. Also for, the attack. I think Ryan Gravenberch's another guy that could fit right there in that number 10 role. So let's continue on. I'm looking for some more midfielders here. I got this guy on here twice. Let's go James McConnell. James McConnell. I think he becomes a regular in the starting 11. Not starting 11. I think he becomes a regular in the first team. And will travel with the team wherever they go this year. I think he's that good. I'm going to also go with this guy, Bobby Clark. I think Bobby Clark has proven that he is ready as well. And we know Arne Slot loves to bring in the youngsters. So keep an eye on those two guys. Let's move more into the attack with one Diogo Jota. Now, Diogo Jota is one where I could see him easily starting, and I think he will start quite a few games this coming season. He's just too good. But here's my thing with Diogo Jota. Liverpool have to have a healthy Diogo Jota, which means he cannot start and play every minute of every game. So here's what I would love to see Jota do. I would love to see him be an impact sub every single game that he is needed. So every game where it's tight, even if we're up by 1 goal or 2 goals, bring in Jota, get that insurance goal. If it's tied, if we're down a goal, bring in Jota, let him cook, and keep him on the field the entire season, okay? Give him 30 to 40 minutes a game and let him go at it. We need a healthy Jota. I wasn't sure about this guy, but I'm going to keep him on the bench because I think there could be a case to be made that Fabio Carvalho might earn a position at Liverpool. I think that remains to be seen. We might find that out sooner than later. But Carvalho, I think, could do a job in our attack. And then finally, it's a little Ben Doak. I think this guy is going to be really good. We saw some really cool things from him early last season before his injury. And as long as he comes back normal from that, I think Ben Doak could be really, really solid. He's got that edge to him. He's got that edge. Like, I used to play defense when I played football back in the day. And when you have an attacker who just seems to want to come out of his skin and just go nuts, every time he gets the ball, he's looking to beat you one-on-one. That's the type of player I hated defending. Because they're so confident, and you just know every time they get the ball as a defender, it's like, dang it, I gotta be on top of my game because he's not gonna pass. He's going at me. He wants to beat me. And I think that's Ben Doak right there. So, all right, let's get into the sadness section here. The sell. Who are we gonna sell? Now, I am not in charge of Liverpool transfers. Thankfully for our club, I am not. But here's my hot take. It is time to let club legend Mohamed Salah go his own way. I have no ill will whatsoever. Please don't read into this. But I think Mohamed Salah, at his current worth, would help Liverpool immensely if they were able to allow him to go for an incredible fee of perhaps $100 million plus. In the same vein, I'm going to sell Lucho Diaz as well, because I think his stock is really high, especially with how he's performing in the Copa America. If somebody's there and if somebody's willing to pay what Liverpool want for Lucho Diaz, I think we could move on and everyone would be happy, I think. Both of these guys, I think, still have a lot left in the tank. Obviously, Diaz is only like 27, 28. But I think it's time to fund some fresh blood. And I think there are some really good players out there that Liverpool could go and reinvest in with those funds. Now, I will say, if we keep both of these guys, totally cool. That's fine. Because actually, I think if we were to sell Salah and Diaz, we would absolutely need to buy 1 or 2 more attackers. Because if you look over here, we've got a lot of defenders, we've got a lot of midfielders, not a ton of not a ton of attackers here. I think we could also bring in maybe like a Jaden Dans. We could also bring in, Cade Gordon, Kumas. We've got some really good U21 players who could also come in here to this bench. Obviously, if we sell Salah and Diaz, we're buying some more attackers with those funds. Okay, nothing surprising here. Sepp, oh, I lost him. Where did Sepp go? He just vanished. He vanished. There he is. Sepp Vandenberg. I think he'll be sold. Nat Phillips, I think, will be sold. And our wonder kid, Kevin Kelleher, has said that he wants first team football. I think we'll sell him as well. Okay, how are we feeling? How are we feeling here, guys? How are we feeling? Now, like I said at the beginning, put your opinions in the comments. Let's have a discussion. And go ahead and slay me for putting Salah and Diaz down here in the sell category. I just feel like it's time. It's time. It's a new regime. It's a fresh start. No better time than now to cash in on two really good players who I think still have a lot left in the tank. Now, Salah, more than Diaz, is, of course, a club legend. And I appreciate so much what Salah has done. And if he stays, great. I'll be happy. It's a win-win situation right there. Okay. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, up the Reds. Thanks for watching this all red clip. If you liked the video, click the like button and comment below. Let me know something about whatever it is you want to say. And of course, consider joining the All Red community by subscribing to this channel. It's fast, it's easy, it's free, and it's all red. And you're welcome to stay here and keep watching this video as long as you like. But I actually need to go. So thank you. I'll see you later.